Hello and what is up guys, Rye here and welcome back to some more automation and of course BeamNG.Drive. So today we're making ourselves a pickup truck. It's not going to be like a regular Ford F-150 or Ram 1500 or whatever. This is going to be the greatest darn pickup truck ever. It's going to be the pickup truck to end all pickup trucks. So what we're doing is building this big old body and frame massive truck. It's going to hopefully tow my massive limousine on the same body. A while back I made a limousine that was like 150,000 pounds, and the goal here is to make a truck that can tow that, as well as do other truck things like climb massive hills and go off-roading, etc, etc, and I think we're gonna really do it this time. So let's get in and build the car itself. So we need, of course, steel panel material because this is a truck. What more needs to be said, really? It's a truck. Ladder frame chassis, it's going to have steel chassis material. Now, I could go for something like galvanized or corrosion resistant, but you know what? This is America. We don't need any of that newfangled technologies like galvanized steel. That's too fancy for us today, okay? Front mounted longitudinal, of course, because America. Do I need to say more? Not really. Let's go for just leaves in the front and leaves in the rear. We can go for coils. That's a little bit fancy for us though, so we're going to stick to our guns and have leaf springs only front and rear. We're going to have a 90-degree V8 engine. It's going to be cast iron. We can go for push rod. That's really American. Let's go for a push rod V8. And of course, we got to up the size just a little bit here. Let's just make the stroke quite big in the bore. There we go. 6969. Nice. Onto the engine variant itself. Let's just give it the best forge possible, because this thing is gonna have to rev somewhat. It's gonna be a very powerful engine, much more than it probably should be. Twin turbo pushrod V8. Now, if there's a supercharger in automation, of course this thing would be supercharged, but this thing needs tons of power. Nonetheless, let's go for premium gas, and let's go for dual exhaust, and then just no mufflers. This thing's got a roll coal for us, to be honest. Increase the revs to a nice brisk 7500, which is not very truck-like at all, but do I care? No, this is fine. This is fine. This is just going to be basically a truck that someone's maybe modified. It's going to be lifted up, of course, etc, etc. Let's give it tons of fuel. What does this say? The engine has failed. Okay, well, that's totally fine. Let's just go to here. Give it better cam profile. Give it increased quality on the upper end here. So get 755 horsepower. Increase the compression. Let's just give it lots more fuel, because honestly, if this thing gets more than 5 mpg, I'm going to be very disappointed in it. This has got like more power than any truck ever in production already, and we're just getting started. That torque curve is very reasonable, obviously. It's laggy. Oh my god, it's nothing. Then yes, everything at the high end here. I love it. Very realistic, obviously nothing but the best from TwinTurbros today, guys. Now we're gonna go for all-wheel drive. I know it's not as American to go for all-wheel drive. 4x4 is more American, but trust me, I think this car is American for the both of us. 9-speed automatic's fine. Give it a top speed of 275 kilometers an hour. That's decent. 395 tires in the front and the 395s in the rear. This is so great. I love it. I love this game. Let's go to a nice big offset, because this thing's going to have some road presence, obviously. That's literally the only thing that matters in this entire vehicle is its road presence, actually. We'll keep it steel wheels, because that's American. We'll give it actually, like, a quality increase on the tires to give it more grip, ideally. Is variable needed for this truck? I think this truck has, like, one driving mode. You know, it's got truck. And that's it. Air suspension for a little bit of extra off-road prowess. 8,000 pounds. Let's do a off-road tune on it. So right off the bat here, 8,235 pounds. It's actually pretty light. The new Hummer coming out by GMC, the GMC Hummer, then the electric one, I think that weighs like 9,000 to 10,000 pounds. So that is, you know, a fair bit more. I think the basics are done. So what we're going to do is hide this gray stuff here and probably replace it with like our own chassis. So you see it's like this, we can get rid of it like that. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to hide the chassis itself. So there's no chassis, like, instead of this thing here, we're going to hide it. We're going to sort of just build our own chassis. We might hide the suspension as well. I think we'll probably hide the engine and the suspension and just make portal axles, you know, like the Mercedes-Benz G63 squared has portal axles, so the axles start here, but they go up, so you can't see them. So it looks kind of cool. I think we'll do that just so it looks kind of cool. And we'll design this beast, and we'll hop into BeamNG and see how much this thing can tow. Sit back, relax, guys, and of course, I hope you enjoy. So we are starting off building our very own monster truck thingamajigger, whatever we're building, I guess. And again, it's going to be very American, very tough. What we're doing right now is just cutting the underbody of the vehicle. Now we're lining up the grill, making sure our custom grill's sort of getting ready and made here. Getting an idea of what we want for headlights, and just sort of shaping the outside of the grill so it's not just a hole in the middle of a vehicle. Curving the edges is quite a bit of work on this body, but we get it done pretty easily, I guess. So what we're doing with this car is we're going to give it portal axles as well, so we'll do that later on in the time lapse here, adding a spot for our badge. adding a front bumper. The headlights are just normal rectangles here, adding some definition to the front bumper, and some area where the push bar attaches to the front, some lights on the front, and some hood scoops as well, and of course Texas flags and a light pole, or flagpole, sorry, because obviously we gotta have a Texas flag on the front of our Dozer vehicle. It's gonna be a Dozer branded vehicle, like Maven Dozer vehicle. Changing the wheels, spending a long time actually, longer than I should have, changing the wheels to proper wheels. And now we are adding portal axles to the front. I'm actually looking at references from Mercedes-Benz G-Wagons for a reference for portal axles, and I think they actually turned out looking pretty good. They're not going to be in BeamNG, but we're just going to do it in automation because I want to do it. I want to have it. It'll look cool for the thumbnail. It'll look cool for screenshots. Adding wipers to the vehicle. Thinking about a sunroof, but deleting that really quickly. Go into the back, adding a rear bumper, a very, very large rear bumper. Now this car is so tall, obviously the lights need to be down below. I think the headlights are also too high to be like legal, but that's totally fine, I guess, in this case. Adding a simple bar on the top with some lights here. We added the name to Brodozer, changed the car to white, adding a few things here and there, and finished in front of us is the most American car ever, the Brodozer. Alright guys, and like I said, this is the Brodozer in front of us. It's got a similar name to my previous Maven giant vehicle thing, the Thick Dozer. Very, very subtle naming by Rye here, of course. Let's go over the stats, then we'll go over the design, then we'll hop into BeamNG.Drive and see what this baby can do. So right off the bat here, towing capacity is 12,263 or so pounds, which seems pretty good for a truck. I honestly don't even think it's best in class for a truck. The gearing's probably not set up for towing. It's not the best towing car on paper, but don't worry guys, in BeamNG.Drive, this thing is going to be pretty darn insane. 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds. That's actually the 0 to 100 time, which is very, very, very fast for an 8,300 pound truck. Quarter miles in 12.8 seconds, which is so stupidly quick. I love it. Okay. Other things we need to know about the specs of this car. Now, we know the weight, we know the, the towing capacity. It's got a terrible power to weight ratio. But one thing we don't know yet is the MPG. And this thing gets 1.9 miles per gallon. Which I feel like that's very American. If that's not an American fuel economy, then I don't know what is, to be honest. It's got a very, very great emissions of 9999. Which is the maximum emissions you can have, so it's the most polluting vehicle absolutely possible, for a starting price of just $50,300. So, you get a lot of things for this money. You get like tons of horsepower, like 1,300 horsepower. You get 8,000 pounds of pure American steel, 2 MPG, and a lot of looks. And obviously truck nuts, because every truck needs truck nuts. You get complimentary truck nuts with your truck. Alright, so the design of the vehicle itself. It's similar to my previous giant Maven vehicle, which was the Maven Thick Dozer, which is another Dozer lineup of vehicles, I guess. That is a giant limousine that weighs 150,000 pounds. Now, that's what we're going to be towing, ideally, with the Brodozer. And also, we'll do other things as well, like, driving on a track. We'll see how it goes off-roading and stuff, etc. I'm actually going to give it off-road tires. That's probably a better idea. So anyways, we got our Texas flags here right in the front. We got our very similar front end to the the Thick Dozer. Texas license plate. We might delete that for BeamNG because it might crash the game. The front end is very simple. We got these roof rails. We got some lights on there. We got some mirrors. Big old wheels. These are 24-inch wheels, That's quite large, I feel like. The back end, of course, the actual taillights aren't on the back part of the car. They're on the bumper because the car is just too tall to have regular tail lights. I think the headlights are probably too high as well, even, to be honest, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is hop into BeamNG.Drive. We're going to drive the crap out of the Brodozer. We're going to try to tow the Thick Dozer if we can. If not, then we'll still just be very, very happy. I'll see you guys in BeamNG.Drive in just a sec. Alright, we're in BeamNG.Drive with the Maven Brodozer. Now, first things first, obviously, we want to test our truck where it's really supposed to be tested, and that's on a drag strip. Yep, no, it's on a drag strip. Yeah, exactly. So we've got 1,300 horsepower, about 1,100 pound-feet of torque. I did tweak the engine a little bit back in automation before we hopped in BeamNG. And one thing I didn't point out, we actually have portal axles. Now, you can't see them because the axles and the chassis are all still there because I didn't remove them. But, it's there, and it looks pretty cool. The Brodozer is looking beautiful as ever, of course, in BeamNG. They had a new update, actually, and the cars actually look quite a bit better. This white actually really shines at some light angles. So this is a quarter mile. We're going to hop in and actually see, do we have a, okay, let's add the 0 to 100 timer app on the side there, and we should be good. We're going to do this. Is it going to work? I don't think the timer's going to work. That's pretty weird. Whatever. So you can see here it overheats instantly, which is of course very American, but don't worry, it's a feature, not a bug. All that smoke you see is actually the coal that we're inevitably rolling in our Brodozer. Quarter mile, pretty brisk, 12.463, which is, I think, probably the fastest of any production truck ever. I want to say it's really fast. We'll drive this thing around, we'll go do some off-roading, and then we'll tow the limousine and see if we can tow that. So we'll go for a bit of a drive. All right, so this is what BeamNG looks like under peak circumstances. You got the Brodozer in the front, and we got the other dozer in the rear here. So this thing weighs 150,000 pounds. It is in neutral. It's in neutral. We have just the front axle disconnected. This is 4x4. What this is just all-wheel drive, so we can't disconnect it. Both have manual. Oh no, this is non-manual locking diffs. This is manual locking diffs. The Brodozer here. You can just tell the size difference here. This car is actually narrower, even though it's incredibly wide. It's not as wide as our limousine here. The limousine obviously is absolutely massive. It's got its own tow hitch as well, which I don't think this thing can tow that much, to be honest. It's just so super slow. So we're gonna go ahead and try to tow this 150,000 pound beast. To see, you know, if we can. If we can get over 100 kilometers an hour with it, even better. We're just gonna launch it. We've got all the differentials locked here. I haven't driven it yet. I just connected it, and it's one wheel's off the ground because it's very difficult to connect these vehicles. It doesn't want to connect with the hitch for some reason at all. So we're just gonna drive here. Okay, so far we're moving. I'm just giving a bit of a feather in the throttle here. Let's use my pedals here. Okay, that's not good. It likes to turn, and we're gonna try. Oh boy. Okay. I'd say it's probably still fine. What happened? What exploded? Oh yeah, the back end's completely off the ground now. But it is towing. I think this is what, you know, every American envisions towing is actually like in real life. Obviously, this is what peak performance is for any car. We're gonna try to brake here. Can we brake here? Can we stop the car? If we let go here. Let's put it in neutral. It's still... Okay, we're good. Okay. It's not rolling on its own. We're actually towing it. It's towing it so badly. Oh my god. This thing cannot go 100 kilometers, but it can tow it. You know, I feel like this is like perfectly fine to put on the tow rating. Can we go any faster here? I mean, it says we're going 100 kilometers an hour, but we're going like 10, 15 maybe. We're overheating, but that's just our coal rolling that we're doing. There's no exhaust in this car. I forgot to add an exhaust. Yeah, the little car's the exhaust anyways. You can see here the Brodozer in its natural habitat fighting off enemies. What a beautiful sight. It's so bad, I love it. Okay, this thing can't really tow that well, but can it do off-roading? We're gonna hop into an off-road course, see if this thing can off-road, because it's got off-road tires. It can tow somewhat. I mean, it can move. I don't think it can tow really well in, you know, the normal sense, but it's America, okay? You know, it's Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas, of course. If it can tow 150,000 pounds, it can surely tow, like, the normal 15,000 pounds, 20,000 pounds, probably. We'll hop into an off-road course. We'll go off-roading, and then I think we'll jump this car, because it deserves to be jumped. So we'll do an off-road course. I'll jump right there. So we're going to do some serious off-roading here with the Brodozer. Now, we are on the, I think this is just the hill map in BeamNG, just the massive hill that this is, and there's just water around us, and it just drops off pretty quick. So what we're doing right now, there's only one goal. It's make it down this far, so we got to make it not from the very top, because that's, like, impossible, down to here from where we are now, which, again, seems pretty much impossible, but we're going to do it anyways. So we're going to hop into the truck, the Brodozer itself here. Let's go in third person, because first person seems absolutely terrifying. Let's go nice and slow. We have got all of our differentials locked. This thing has got probably way too much power for what we're doing. We're going to try to go through this little middle. It just seems too dangerous. Is there a less dangerous way to go about this? Now, we might have too much power for this thing, to be honest. It just might have way too much horsepower for what it is. I don't think we're going to make it down in one piece, but if we can make it down in one piece, that'd be very great. But I've got so low hopes for this vehicle. It's hilarious. I don't think any vehicle could actually make it down in one piece, to be honest. We're going about this totally wrong. We're going like the sharpest cliff possible, but that's okay.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
We're full braking. We're full braking. We're braking. We're braking. We're braking. Oh god, that's not good. That's not good. As long as we make it down and the car still runs, and that's a victory probably, right? We're gonna brake. We're braking. Yeah, I think that went pretty well. So now we've proven that the Brodozer's, incredibly fast, incredibly good at towing, very reliable, very robust. It can drive down hills with ease. What else is there? What else do we need to test? Well, let's test some day-to-day wear and tear on the Brodozer. That's the most important thing. We're just gonna take it off here, lock all three differentials, take off the traction control because that's what you do in America. Now we're just gonna go ahead, flat foot it, and just put it in sport mode, and just see how good this thing can handle the bumps here. And this is your normal, everyday American road, basically, just driving through it just like that. Nice, not bad, right? It drove up through it pretty well. We're gonna keep driving here, our everyday American roads and stuff. We are overheating a little bit. That's a feature, not a bug. Let's take the grass up here, up this hill here. And we got some very steep inclines up ahead. We're gonna keep going, see if we can go up the grass. Of course, this stimulates American roads and American speeds and stuff. We went up it pretty easily. Can we land it perfectly fine? Yep. Landing was absolutely perfect. I see no issues with that whatsoever. Alright, we got another test here. Now this is a more realistic test. We got some older paved surface in front of us. We're going to try to go up it. It goes into a 60-degree incline, which is pretty steep if you ask me. We're going to try to go about it pretty slowly and try to stay on the actual path a little bit pretty good here. No differentials are locked right now. So about 55 degrees it can do, and that wasn't going very fast. That was not like cheating the track or anything. We're gonna try to do it again. This car is just disgustingly weird. I love it. Okay, we're gonna try again. Let's try locking all three differentials now. The center, front, and rear. Look at that. Another perfect climb with the Brodozer. Another perfect landing as well. Now, oh god, that was not supposed. Oh god, we're not supposed to be here. This is fine. There we go. Oil starvation is fine. Okay, now let's try with the rocks. Now, simulating another American road situation, obviously, this is. We'll just leave in sport mode because this is a sports car, obviously, in America. Okay, and we'll take about 50 degrees without. 50 degrees seems pretty reasonable, I feel like. That's not bad. Finally, we're in the jump rating here with the Brodozer. Now, I think we just have to do Texas proud by getting, like, the max distance on this truck. And if we don't, then we're a failure, and this truck needs to be completely destroyed forever. We're just gonna launch it here, just send it. We're already in third gear, which is hilarious because we got such short gears. We're gonna floor it here. Top speed is like 200 something kilometers an hour, which is pretty quick. And we are achieving that top speed on the ramp. It's probably pretty fast. Oh my god, it's going pretty good. It's actually gonna land pretty fine. 410 or so, and it lands. Oh, we're missing a wheel. Oh boy, that's not good. Oh boy. It drives. And look at that. So you can go get, go from your house to the grocery store and still be driving just in one piece. I feel like that's probably what you do with the trucks in America. Doesn't really drive that well, actually. Yeah, I'd say that's probably pretty much fine. That's about how it was before. Alright guys, so that is the end of the Brodozer. If you want to see more of it, let me know in the comments down below. I think Automotive Flux made a Brodozer a while back, so let me know if you guys want to see us 1v1 Brodozer off, is that a thing? It's a thing now, apparently. If you guys want to see more stuff, make sure to join my Discord, linked in the description down below. If you guys want to hang out with me in Discord, I'm always active in there. Before we finish off, though, I want to give a huge shout out to my TwinTurbros members. You guys are super awesome for supporting the channel. Thank you so much to Childish Sin, DD Man, and Ruben. You guys are awesome, and everyone else who's supporting the channel as well. You guys mean the world to me, and this channel, honestly, is just a lot of fun, and I love it. I love you guys. Let's finish off here, I guess, before it gets a little weird. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, as always, I'll see you next time. America.